Something happens when someone is genuinely kind to you. Not polite, not functional. Actually kind, soft-eyed, no agenda, just warm toward you. And instead of receiving it, something in you pulls back. You get suspicious, or you go distant, or your chest tightens in a way that doesn't make sense because nothing bad is happening. Nothing bad has happened. Someone just looked at you like you mattered, and you couldn't stay there. You've probably had a story about this, that you're too closed off, that you don't know how to let people in, that there's something fundamentally wrong with your ability to connect. Because who recoils from kindness? What kind of person does that? That story is wrong. Here's what's actually happening. Think about the last time it occurred. Someone at work said something genuinely generous about you. Not feedback, just warmth. And you felt yourself go flat or offline. You gave a clipped response and changed the subject, and later you replayed it wondering why you couldn't just accept it like a normal person. Or a partner reached out during a fight, not to win, but to de-escalate, to actually touch your shoulder. And something in you went cold. Not because you didn't want comfort, you did, but receiving it felt like standing at the edge of something. Or a friend told you they loved you, plainly, without occasion, and instead of feeling held, you felt a strange anxiety rise, like waiting for the other part of the sentence. That is not emotional damage. That is not you being difficult. That is your nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. The framework here comes from Stephen Porges, a neuroscientist whose polyvagal theory maps how the autonomic nervous system reads social signals for safety. Your nervous system is constantly scanning, not your thoughts, not your intentions, but the signals coming in from other people. Tone, eye contact, facial movement, proximity. It's called neuroception, the body's pre-conscious threat detection, running faster than thought. When that system developed inside an environment where closeness meant unpredictability, where warmth was inconsistent, where care sometimes came with a cost, where the person who held you also frightened you, it learned something precise. It learned that the cue for danger is intimacy itself, not harshness, not distance, the opening. So now, when someone moves toward you with genuine softness, your body identifies the feeling it has always associated with what came next. It doesn't know this person is different, it only knows the pattern. So here is what you've been carrying. The belief that you are too broken to be loved easily. That your inability to just relax into care is evidence of something missing in you. That other people receive kindness the way you're supposed to, and you're the one standing outside the glass, watching. That isn't what's happening. Your nervous system learned, in the most serious sense of the word learned, that openness is where you got hurt, and so it built something, a response, an early warning system that activates exactly at the moment of real connection. This is what trauma researchers call a conditioned threat response, the body protecting you by treating the feeling of safety as the signal to brace. Read that again. Your system treats the feeling of safety as the signal to brace, because historically that feeling came right before the floor gave way. This is not pathology. This is intelligence. It is the nervous system at its most loyal. It learned the specific texture of danger in your particular world, and it has never stopped trying to protect you from it. The people who can receive warmth without flinching, they had caregivers who were consistent, predictable, safe enough, often enough, that closeness became associated with relief. Your nervous system didn't get that data. So it built a different map. Not a broken map, a different one. And still, even knowing all of this, it cost you something. It cost you the moment, the chance to actually feel seen when someone is seeing you. There's a grief in that. You watch yourself retreat from exactly what you've been hungry for, and there's no clean way to describe that particular loss. It can make intimacy feel like a performance. going through the motions of receiving care while something essential is still braced somewhere underneath. Partners feel it. Friends feel it. Sometimes you feel it more than anyone. The pattern protected you then. In the present, it sometimes keeps you sealed off from the very thing you need most. That distinction matters. The origin was not a failure. The origin was survival. But awareness is where something new becomes possible. Not by forcing the nervous system to comply, but by slowly, carefully giving it new data. That takes time. It takes repetition. It takes kindness offered and not punished. The thing that happens when someone is warm toward you and your body goes quiet and strange, that is not evidence of damage. It is evidence of a nervous system that learned its lessons too well in a place where those lessons were necessary. You weren't failing to connect. You were protecting something that needed protecting. The fact that you're still here, still trying, still letting people close enough to trigger the response at all, that's not nothing. That's actually the bravest part. So the question we're sitting with isn't why you can't receive kindness. It's this: what would it mean to let one moment of genuine warmth land, just one, without immediately asking what it's going to cost you?